So we're starting our class with. So we're doing some kids' favorite original books. The Mr. Men and the Little Miss, but I don't have any Little Miss books. So I'll shuffle the books up, and then the one at the front will be what we're reading today. Last time we read The Hungry Caterpillar. Let's see. Mr. Sneeze. So now we're reading Mr. Sneeze. So we're reading 3 books, and then the next one will be Mr. Busy, and then the last one will be Mr. Fuzzy. Okay, let's get started. Mr. Sneeze. This is Coltland, which is a country somewhere near the North Pole. The weather in Coltland is winter all the time. When it isn't snowing, it's freezing. And when it isn't freezing, it's snowing. So you can imagine how cold it is. Yeah, my expression's very good. And action. Because it's so cold in Coltland, everybody who lives there is as cold as well. Obviously, you can tell if somebody comes from Coltland. You can tell, because everybody there has a red nose. Yes, I know why. Because their nose gets freezing, and then they get sick, and then their nose keeps achoo, 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 and sneezing. And people in Coltland aren't the only ones with red noses. In Coltland, you can see red-nosed dogs. That's really weird. Chasing red-nosed cats. Red-nosed mice. What the? In Coltland, you can even see red-nosed elephants. Yeah, the elephants are actually brown, not grey. And what you hear the most of the time in Coltland is a noise that sounds like this. The sound of a sneeze that's very common in Coltland, which is not very surprising, isn't it? So, should I do the sound? I'll do the sound. Achoo! This is a story of Mr. Sneeze, who lived in a small snow-covered cottage in Shivertown, the capital of Coltland. Every morning, Mr. Sneeze woke up, sneezed, got up, sneezed, got dressed, sneezed, went downstairs, sneezed, ate his breakfast, sneezed. I went to work, still sneezed. This is such a funny book. I don't like this sneezing all the time, he thought to himself every day. Until one day he decided to leave Coltland and try a fine cure for the sneezes. So that very same day, Mr. Sneeze packed the things he need for his journey, mainly handkerchiefs. Sneeze locked his front door, sneezed and set off. He walked and sneezed and walked on his way across Coltland, and then he sneezed and walked and sneezed for days and days. And the Coltland was far behind. He walked away from Coltland, and he noticed there was a less and less snow. Eventually, he walked so far that there was no snow at all. And as he walked, he noticed something else. He wasn't just walking and sneezing. He was walking and walking. For the first time in his life, he wasn't sneezing. Not at all. Not a bit. Not even tiniest titchy. I wonder why I'm not sneezing, he thought to himself. I always sneeze in the morning sometimes. But I mostly cough in the morning. I don't know why, but it always happens. But he must have thought out loud to himself, because a voice behind him replied, "You're not sneezing because you haven't got a cold." Mr. Sneeze jumped, turned, and there behind him stood a wise old wizard. Are you afraid of wizard? Have you saw one in the movie? I never saw one in a movie. Well, I saw them in these books. What's a cold? Asked Mr. Sneeze. A cold is what you catch when you're too cold, said the wise old wizard wisely. Oh, said Mr. Sneeze, but I come from a country called Coldland, where everywhere's too cold all the time. Nonsense, snorted the wizard. It can't be too cold all the time because of the sun. And he pointed to the sun, which was smiling in the sky. Sun's a smile. Sun's a straight, don't do anything, doesn't smile, no eyes, no mouth, nothing, because he's just a star. But we don't have any sun in Coldland, Mr. Sneeze. No sun, explained the wizard. How extremely, extraordinary, we'd better do about that then, hadn't we? Yes, agreed Mr. Sneeze, not quite knowing what the wizard was talking about. How far away is this place called Coldland? Asked the wizard. Oh, it's miles and miles and miles away, replied Mr. Sneeze. Which direction? Asked the wizard. Mr. Sneeze pointed. Shouldn't take the long way, said the wizard, who then waved his wand and muttered some magic words, which wouldn't be magic if we told you what they were. Whatever those magic words were, they worked before you could say sneeze. Both the wizard and Mr. Sneeze were transported to Shivertown, which you'll remember is the capital of Coldland. Yes, obviously. As usual, it was snowing. I say, this is cold, gloomy place, said the wizard. I'll stitch you, replied Mr. Sneeze, who had started to sneeze again. Coldland certainly needs some shine, said the wizard, and that's going to take some rather special magic. Please hurry up, said Mr. Sneeze, who was rapidly turning into a snowman. Now, said the wizard, ignoring him, I'm going to say some magic words, and I want to sneeze 3 times immediately afterwards. The wise old wizard then held up his magic wand and muttered some more magic words, which again wouldn't be magic if we told you what they were. I'll stitch you, I'll stitch you, I'll stitch you, sneezed Mr. Sneeze. Then quite suddenly, as if by the magic, which indeed it was the sun came out behind the big black cloud. Anyways, does black cloud snow? No, I think white cloud makes snow. Gosh dang it, I don't know which type of clouds. And stop snowing. Now there, said the wizard, that should stop sneezing. And then, after muttering some more magic words, and without waiting to even say goodbye, he disappeared. Mr. Sneeze just stood there in the sunshine watching the snow begin to melt. This book is almost finished. There's 2 pages left. After that, the sun shone every day, and today Coldland isn't like it used to be. You can see red-nosed dogs chasing red-nosed cats, red dogs, mice anymore. And these days, the son of the sneeze is very uncommon sound indeed. And Mr. Sneeze doesn't sneeze anymore. And that isn't the only thing different about Mr. Sneeze. He discovered himself when he looked in the mirror one morning. Can you see what was the different about Mr. Sneeze? Look, he used to have an orange nose and now he has a blue nose. It happened one other time too. If you can see, find the first page. That was. So we've done Mr. Sneeze. We're heading to the second book. Where is it?